Hello, interwebs. Well, there's no shortage of things to talk about. I could talk about some things that are not very ADA compliant. I could talk about that. I could talk about how people say no kings, but they're forgetting about King's Quest. That's kind of, they're being biased to like old school games. That's racist against Sierra Games. Let's see, I could talk about. I think people are confused about what a Zionist is, and you should probably be careful who you say something about, you know, certain things to. I could talk about all that stuff. Talk about how I'm going to sue people. I'm going to talk, I could talk about everything. But actually, what I'm going to talk about, I could talk about the crypto markets too, how they're all down. And it kind of ties into what I'm going to talk about. Did you know you can legally gamble betting on sports via Coinbase now? It was kind of weird because, like, I saw a notification that Algorand was down, and I kind of watched the markets. Obviously, probably all the markets are down, but Algorand, in addition to being a competitor to Ripple XRP, it was initially used for like carbon credit type things or whatever. That's why it's Algorand or Algorand. I'm going to look to see what XRP is doing. I see Ethereum is down. But then I saw something else on there, and it's been there before, and I never really paid attention. You can engage in sports-related wagering on Coinbase through prediction markets launched in partnership with Kalshi, which allows U.S. users to buy yes-no contracts on event outcomes, including sports, as part of an expansion into a everything exchange. While Coinbase views these as regulated derivatives, state regulators argue they constitute unlicensed gambling. Oh, it's a good day to be a bureaucrat lover, because you know what? I concur. I don't even know. Who's Danny Poker again? I feel like if certain people like got in trouble for like slot machines, what is Coinbase doing, right? Speaking of Hakes, did you know there's some organization called Hakes, which is apparently the best place to sell my one-of-a-kind, very rare Vernell Coriel photo with Grandpa Carl Coriel Sr. Dad was Carl Coriel Jr. So Hakes, I can get upwards of like a good chunk of money for a photograph of my great uncle. He was a circus performer, but he was also the founder of the Burroughs Bibliophiles. And that's the collectors that are going to want to collect his stuff. But yeah, you can gamble. You can legally gamble, or kind of. Here's my question. Why would Coinbase even do this to begin with? And well, why would Coinbase even do this? Let's take a look on Coinbase here. Let's see what we got, right? Not what I've got, but let's see what they've got going on. So, ironically enough, Tennessee at Michigan, you can bet whether you think Michigan or Tennessee is going to win. Tennessee tuxedo. Michigan, 77%, and people are betting there. You can win this much money, I guess, if you're right. That's kind of exciting, isn't it? And then we've also got, let's see, Con versus Duke. Those are the games that you can, whatever. And futures, let's see, what kind of futures can you bet on? Men's college basketball champion by Arizona, 38%. Huh. Men's college basketball tournament, triple-double, conference and men's basketball, blah, 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 basketball. Number 3 seed. So it's like it's all betting and gambling. I guess in some ways that's kind of what crypto technically kind of is, but it really isn't, because like that's not why I got into cryptocurrency, especially not XRP Ripple, because that can like potentially be the fiat currency for the entire world. Positions, you're not in the game yet, and I'm not gonna be in the game, because who the fuck... it's one thing to bet on stocks, like that's kind of its own form of gambling, right? But it's another thing to bet on crypto, although crypto is kind of like, a lot of people aren't researching what they buy. I noticed that when I was talking to people in Pulaski. They're like, you yeah, I bought all this stuff and whatever, and I did all this stuff. I'm like, you know, the SEC, they still exist. The SEC, it still exists. Apparently, this is like a state by state are saying that it's bad. You know, somebody should reach out to the Oneida tribe about this situation, because I feel like that's competing. Not that they're doing sports gambling, but if anybody's going to be doing gambling and profiting off of it, I feel like it should be the Native Americans. Not just regular Americans, but the Native Americans. Why? Because I said so. Because as it turns out, or so I've heard, that Jews run everything, so I'm just running everything here. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, you can bet on sports games. That's so exciting. The future fucking sucks, I tell you what. You know, if I can bet on things, why aren't there positions on which AI company is going to come out on top? How about some betting that actually makes sense, like stupid sports? Who's got time for that? Like capitalist pig dog bullshit, right? Anyway, how you all doing today? It's a beautiful, blessed Sunday. It's supposed to be like in the upper 40s today. I think I might take a stroll by the water today. I might do. I'm kind of low energy. I'm having moving all my crap once again, and it's still not over. Like this isn't my forever home. I mean, I could talk about why it's definitely. I want to get out of here sooner than later, but I'll talk about that another day. My makeup's kind of fucked up. Hey, maybe that could be the next betting thing. Is Wendy's makeup going to be fucked up? Place your bets now on Coinbase, apparently. You know what I want to see on there? Well, I guess it's not really football season quite yet, but when it is, boy, that'll be exciting. Are the Packers going to win? I mean, people are talking about like you never privatize the Packers. I bet you can. Especially if this kind of shit continues. Anyway, that's my video. I know, kind of a weird thing to talk about, right? Because usually I'm talking about whatever. Usually I'm not talking about how Coinbase is permitting gambling. Can't read my, no, he can't read in my poker face. This goes all the way back to 2007. And I don't have that original video anymore, but maybe somebody does. But even if they don't, I also don't care. But that was some people might remember that was my campaign video against guys Emma. Anyway, so now I'm done. Hakes, I think, is another word for like poker. That's why I say Danny Poker all the time. Anyway. Hope y'all enjoy your Sunday. Peace, love, light, and apparently top picks for who you think is going to win. And then maybe you'll win some money. Ugh. Again, somebody needs to reach out to Oneidas. We got to stop this shit. And you know what would stop that shit? A lot of Native American tribes. Because where's their cut? Toodles.